Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Saturday night live stream, live from Michigan, where you can throw out questions and I'll do my best to get them answered. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about altcoins. Going to move some crypto around for you guys. And as always, I'll do my very best to get to your questions and see if we can't troubleshoot your problems here live. Well, we got a special guest here tonight. It's kind of cold outside, so he didn't want to stay outside. And he had his dinner, and then the neighborhood bully cat was outside. Yeah, when we looked outside, the neighborhood bully cat was sitting under our car looking at Marco. I think they get along. I think sometimes I'll see them just kind of sitting looking at each other, but Marco has a couple of friends in the neighborhood. Some of them he's dominant, and then others not so much. But he wanted to come back inside, so he got his dinner, and now he's just hanging out. So he's here tonight, and it's Black Friday. It's interesting. Let's go back to this. I want to... Sorry. I want to talk to you guys face-to-face. But Black Friday has already started for Ledger and Trezor. Both of their deals are live. I'll show you those pages. And then I'll talk about what I like and my recommendations. Also, I was contacted by the indie at CryptoTag, and I showed you guys this CryptoTag indie, and I really have a lot of trouble getting this box open, but I'm gonna try to do it. It's always it's very airtight. Anywho. Indy over at CryptoTag offered to give one of these away to my viewers, and it's really hard to see. It's really small, and I can't really focus that, but you can punch in your words for a 12, 20, or 24 word seed phrase on this. It's titanium, I guess, or platinum. I think it's titanium. It's very nice. And it's their latest product. And I did a video on it, and Indy asked me if I wanted to give one away. I don't usually do giveaways, but I was thinking if any of you want one, maybe just throw it up in the comments. Maybe say something clever or why you want it, and Dan and I will judge. I don't see Dan yet. If Dan doesn't come in, then I guess I'll have to make the decision. I hate to do it because, I try to be objective and impartial. So I was hoping maybe Dan or JDO could choose. But yeah, all you got to do, if we decide if you want one and there's more than one person and we have to decide, and then I decide who gets one, just throw your email. You can shoot your email to me in an email so you don't have to reveal it to everyone in the stream if you want, once we pick you. And then, I'll give your email to the guys at CryptoTag, and they'll contact you, and you can give them your shipping details. So we'll do that. And we were hoping that we might hit 100,000. If I'm not mistaken, I thought we were just like a little, you can't do 25. Well, you wouldn't. Someone said if you want to put 25 words on there, you can have 25 words if you use a passphrase, but you would never want to store your seed phrase and your passphrase in the same location. So you would never want to put 25 words on anything, right? You want to just put 24 words and a passphrase, and then keep them separate so that one person doesn't stumble on to all of your crypto. But anyhow, I digress slightly. But we were hoping that maybe we'd hit 100,000 today, but we haven't yet. So a couple of people early on said maybe we'll do it during the stream, but it looks like maybe not tonight. It looks like the alts are making a comeback. So, and I've got a few news stories. I'm sorry, I usually hit live right at 6, but I was doing some last minute cutting and pasting to get the news stories posted. So there's not a lot, just a 3, but really good news for crypto. Bitcoin's on a tear. So let's go over here and one more time. Let's see. He looks like he's just going to hang out for the whole stream. He's probably just going to fall asleep here. But that's okay. That's fine. As long as he doesn't like roll around on my keyboard, I'll be okay. So let's go back over here to the live scene and say hello to everybody that's here tonight. And let's see, where are we here? Yeah, everybody that's here, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for coming in early. Kenny, Andreas, and me, Y2U. Kind of an interesting take on whether Bitcoin is a scam. He's saying, well, pretty much everything's a scam. And it is. Our world is surreal. It's really crazy. So I was talking I had dinner with my family just now, and we usually have some topics of discussion. And I was talking about the live stream and how, people aren't saying Bitcoin's a scam anymore. So a lot of people are still, some diehards, but most of the mainstream coverage of Bitcoin, it's a thing now, right? You're not hearing, we used to have this guy, Rouhani, who was like this professor whose claim to fame was predicting the 2008 financial crisis. Like, nobody saw that one coming. But anyway, his big thing was ripping Bitcoin back in 2017 and 18. Every time there'd be a run up in the price of Bitcoin, somebody would interview him and he'd come out and say Bitcoin was a scam. I haven't heard much from him lately. But I was watching it. I don't want to get political, but I was watching a video earlier on YouTube that said, wow, this video didn't age well. And it was all the newsarati back on, and the talk show hosts and the discussions talking about that Trump would never be president. I think it was Ann Coulter when they asked, who do you think will be the Republican nominee? And she said Donald Trump, and the entire panel broke out in laughter. And even Barack Obama, they were interviewing him and they said, do you think Trump will be president? And he said, maybe on an SNL sketch. And that's just an example of the surrealness of our world, right? Nobody thought, Bitcoin was going to go anywhere back in the day. And now it's like you can't ignore it. So here we are. Maybe we won't cross 100,000 tonight. Maybe we will. But anyway, me too, you. Thank you for your comment. Kenny, thanks for being here. Mark Schlossberg from Slovakia. Just have fun. Got your ENJ coins off Coinbase. That's good. I guess they have their own network now. Amsterdam, Holland is here. Black Friday. I'll talk about those codes. Yeah, they have, in answer to your question, where are we here? I think I'm on the wrong browser. Here we go. Flex, you're going to get the rebate card of $70 worth of Bitcoin. But the Ledger Nano X is 40% off. You don't need a coupon. Yeah, just go. But it has to be a colored. That's the only stipulation. So the colored Nano X's are 40% off, $89. They do have the matte black Ledger Nano S Plus, 25% off for $59. And then the colored ones, they've got 40% off. Those are $47. There's really no difference in how these work. Apparently, the colored ones don't sell as well as the plain black ones, I guess. So they've got deep discounts on those. But $47 for a Ledger Nano S Plus is an awesome deal. I prefer Stacks and Flex now because of the improved interface. But if you're technically oriented, using the buttons, you can get by. The only reason I talk so much about Stacks and Flex as being superior is I've been in the trenches for the last, 5 years running this YouTube channel, and I've coached a lot of people over those years, helping them set up their devices and trying to walk people through, like just going into the settings of the Ledger Nano X and turning off screen lock. It's like, some people, it is just so, the interface is so wonky. You gotta, navigate back and forth using the buttons and then click both buttons to go into a menu and get back out. I've had a lot of people that get stuck inside the app menus. They accidentally, they're in, like, say they're in Ethereum, and then they use one of the buttons left or right, and they get into the settings. They click both buttons, and then they're still in the settings, and they can't figure out how to get out of them. I mean, it's just a difficult interface to use. And I know if you're smart and you're savvy and you're tech oriented, it's no big deal. But I mean, the normal average user is just confounded by the interface. And we'll talk a little bit more. Let's finish greeting. Here's everybody's. I'm getting off track early, but yeah, I did want to talk about these deals. I'll talk about the Trezor deals shortly. Hands, Hannah 350, Hydro. Hydro, I don't think I've ever seen you before. Thank you for being in the live stream. Gregory Whelan is here. Good to have you. Simon is here. Good to have Simon. Christopher Thane. Morning, everyone, from Melbourne. 110 by the end of 2024. We'll see. Gotta wear shades. I've never seen you in here before. Thank you for being here. I think it's your first time. Alina is here again. Bobby's here again. Paul is here again. Willett's new. Thanks for being here. Kenny is here. Dan is here. Great. Dan, you can help me give away this CryptoTag Loki, the new one. The guys over at CryptoTag are willing to give one away. They just want me to send them somebody's email. So hopefully there'll be somebody in here that wants one tonight. Somehow it dumps after you bought and pumps after you sell. Yeah, I've noticed that too. It's kind of funny. I thought it was just me. Jay Garcia, great to be here. Good to have you. Ace HD, I only want to win the titanium wallet thing if CryptoDad gets to sign it. That's funny. That's awesome. I'd be happy to do that if we could figure that one out. Let's see. Gary is here from Mars. Okay. Let's see. I think I've greeted everybody. Taryn Tarpon 65, Frederick Meyer. Okay. So guys, remember, if you want one of these crypto tags, I'm giving away one tonight. Just say you want one. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you do. Hopefully we'll only have one person that wants one. If more than one wants one, then Dan and I will have to figure out who. And then, like I said, you can shoot me an email. I'll give you my email, and then we can send we'll send your email to them, and they will contact you directly, and then they can ship one out to you. Okay, so let's, if you've never been in the stream before, I've got a lot of stuff down in the description that you can check out. As I mentioned, the Ledger and Trezor Black Friday deals are live now. So I've got links for those. I would appreciate it if you want to check these products out. Please use these links. You don't have to buy anything, but as long as you arrive there by using my link, they'll give me a little credit for that. It won't cost you a penny extra, but it helps support me and the channel and the fams. And all of these regular affiliate links, I think if you use those, you'll end up on the Black Friday deals if you get to them. And let's see, I've got some news stories here and ways to contact me. I've got my email down there, my Twitter, my YouTube, and my Instagram, and my Reddit. I had somebody in the comments on one of my videos today claiming that I had scammed them. And so I know there are a lot of imposters out there, and it's really sad that people get scammed by imposters. There are a lot of them out there on YouTube. When I comment in my comments, in my YouTube comments, there is a check mark next to my profile. A lot of people will use my icon, and it looks like me, and they'll have a name similar to mine, maybe with a space or a dash or something odd, but they'll start their own YouTube channel and pretend to be me, and then they'll talk them into investing or giving up their seed phrase or moving crypto or something like that. So guys, please be careful of imposters. I personally will never, never, ever ask you to invest money, to move crypto, or provide me your seed phrase. Ever, ever, ever. If you want to set up a session with me, we can do that. But use my official channels. And, we'll talk about, if it's just a question, shoot me an email. If you need hand holding, we can work something out. But please, don't be scammed by these imposters. Okay, let's jump into the news. We're getting a little behind here. So here we are, Bitcoin wild odds. See 85% chance of Bitcoin price above 100K by New Year. That's like not a huge stretch. I mean, we were at like 99.5 yesterday. So yeah, the chances of it being hitting over 100K by the end of the year are pretty good. I would say higher than 85. But yeah, I've got this. Bitcoin predictions easily favor six-figure Bitcoin by the start of 2025. But sell-side pressure keeps growing. Well, markets are markets. People are going to take profits. There are people in the options and futures market that are placing bets that sort of affect the spot price of Bitcoin, that, form walls of resistance and that kind of stuff. So we'll see. But Bitcoin has been on a tear. And then we've got some other macro economic good news that could help the price of Bitcoin. Trump being elected, of course, was the big impetus the last couple of weeks. But Trump is choosing his cabinet and, other government bureaucratic positions that are pro-crypto. We'll see. So looks good for Bitcoin. You can check out this article. Here's that thing, Trump picks pro-crypto hedge fund manager Scott Bessent for Treasury Secretary. Now, I'm assuming he has to be confirmed by the Senate, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe some of these don't. Maybe he has, like, I think the Treasury Secretary is a cabinet position, if I'm not mistaken. Cabinet is kind of a weird thing. It doesn't really exist on paper, sort of, not in the Constitution. But they do have things they got to do. And it is possible for the president to appoint people while Congress is out of session. So by hook or by crook, if he really wants someone, he can get them in there. But there we go. If the Senate confirms Bessent, the next person whose signature is on the front of paper U.S. currency will be a fan of digital assets created to replace the conventional financial system. Kind of an interesting take on that. Hedge fund manager Scott Bessent, a cryptocurrency enthusiast, as head of the Treasury. That's awesome. But we've had so much history as far as crypto goes. I mean, this year was the first year that any presidential candidate ever in history even talked about Bitcoin as part of their campaign plank. Trump came out and said, specifically some things he, thought he should do, that the government should do in relation to Bitcoin and crypto. So did the Democrats and Harris. They mentioned, better regulation and that sort of stuff. But Trump was really all over Bitcoin, invested in some Bitcoin and has his own NFTs and that kind of stuff. So yeah, Trump was the very first pro-crypto president ever. And then looks like he's choosing some pro-crypto cabinet people. And then also the SEC, we just heard, I believe yesterday, I didn't even put this in the news, that Gary Gensler has announced that he's going to quit. Let's see if I can pull that story up. It just happened. There we go. Gary Gensler is leaving the SEC, but replacement will face scrutiny. Yeah, so let's just, let's put that down below so you guys can check it out. Let's see here. There we go. I like to leave links for you guys so you guys can check these stories out on your own. Good stuff. I think we're done with the news. This safe to update Reddit thing, you might want to check out this Reddit link. I talked a little bit about this last week, but a lot of people are afraid to run updates. I had someone screaming in my comments earlier that they were never going to update anything ever. and it's not a good strategy. I had an AMA with Ledger the other day, and Ian Rogers from Ledger, their head of customer experience, he has quips. He has like these little things he likes to throw out, and one of the big ones that he threw out was security is a moving target, and that is so true when it comes to crypto. You can't just be static. He brought up that there are some companies that take pride in the fact that their firmware is not upgradable, and he just said that's ridiculous. You got to run updates from a security standpoint, from a functionality standpoint, from a bug fix standpoint. You cannot just have a static crypto device, right? Because you need to stay up with the time, just like your phone and your computer need to be updated, right? Who still has an iPhone 7 that hasn't been updated in 2 years? That would be ridiculous. It wouldn't really work very well. Jay Garcia, thank you so much. Just contributing to the cause. Appreciates what I do. That is so nice of you. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. Let's see here. I just want to look through the comments here real quick. Notable Friday for Tangem Ring unaffordable. I got an email from Tangem, and their Black Friday deal will go live on the 28th, which I believe is Thanksgiving. So I can't tell you what it is. Maybe I could. But yeah, they told me it'll be the 28th. So I don't think there's any harm in letting you know that they will have a Black Friday deal on Tangem products coming Thursday. Yeah, the 28th. So look forward to that. And like I said, pardon me. Pardon me. Well, okay, there. Ledger Live Black Friday deals are live now. They came on live Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they'll be going till December 5th. When on December 5th, I do not know. I would imagine that they'll be, when December 5th is over, CET time, that's when they'll end. Someone asked me that. It was like in the beginning or the end of the day. It's like, I don't know. But I would assume that if they say December 5th, until December 5th, well, it could be when it becomes December 5th, they'll be over, or it could mean they'll be live the rest of the whole day of December 5th. But I would assume that they will use CET time, whatever that means. I think it's Greenwich Mean Time, whatever it is. But let's see. I wanted to show you Trezor. Trezor has some great deals as well. So we've got Trezor Safe 5 at 10% off. And their deals last till December 5th as well. Black Friday, Trezor Safe 3, 30% off. That brings it down to $55. Awesome price. Trezor Model 1, Trezor Model T, very steep discounts. Trezor Safe 5 Bitcoin only edition, 10% off. And Trezor Expert is cut in half. I highly recommend Trezor Expert. I did a video on that. They reached out to me, and I went through a session with one of their experts. I pretended like I didn't know anything about Trezor devices. It was great. The guy was really good, and I was very impressed with how they did their session. If I were to do something like this, I would talk too much and run out of time by the end of that hour, and we'd be only halfway through. He got me. He kept things moving. We got through the whole setup in less than an hour. It was awesome. So recommendations. Okay, I'm going to get honest with you guys here. Before we get too deep into anything else, I'm going to be very honest. I don't usually do recommendations per se because I give you all the information you need to make informed decisions. So I don't want to tell you which wallets to buy. That's not for me to say. So a lot of people are asking me, should I go Ledger or Trezor? I'm not going to give you, I'm not going to say, okay, you should buy Trezor or you should buy Ledger. But I am going to give you recommendations within these brands. So for, whoops, what did I just do? That was weird. So for my Ledger recommendations, I personally like the STAX. However, the STAX is not on sale for this Black Friday. It was if you know the whole story of the STAX, they had a lot of issues getting that screen to market. The idea was awesome. It's an awesome device, an awesome concept, but then when it went into practice, they couldn't get the screens produced at scale. In fact, the screen maker that they were originally using went belly up. And now they've got somebody else doing the screens for them. But it was a hard year or so and so they finally just sort of got to that state of equilibrium now where they have them in stock and can get them. You can order them directly now. You don't have to wait. So they're in stock, but they just really weren't in a position to run specials on them. But the Flex. Now the Flex is the touchscreen idea in a simpler format. It's a flat screen rather than a curved screen. But it's the same technology, same secure screen. So I think I mentioned earlier, the reason I recommend these touchscreens is because of the improved interface and how confusing it is for people to use the other devices. We have a 2-button interface and a little screen where you've got little menus, and then sometimes you navigate back and forth using the left or right button, and then sometimes you click both buttons to get into menus, and then you've got to navigate over to the end of the menu where it says back if you want to back out. There's no back button. So you kind of have to learn how to use the interface on these. And that's why I recommend the Ledger STAX and Flex over the older Ledger Nanos. That's just my opinion, but I believe security is number one, but user interface is number two in my criterion. You know, price and all that other stuff is down the line. So security and interface. And for interface, you can't beat the Flex and STAX interface. It's very cool. So yeah, even though these things are a steal, I would maybe get one to use as a mirror backup, but not as my go-to device, right? I would go with the Flex or the STAX. That's just me. That's my opinion. Take what you want from that. Now, as far as Trezor goes, I am going to stick with the Trezor Safe 5. The Trezor Safe 3 is at a steeper discount. It's a great deal. It's $55. You can't beat that, but it has the 2-button interface. Now, someone in the comments mentioned to me that they thought the Trezor Safe 3 screen was faster and more responsive. That may be. That's because it's not a touch screen. You know, it's just a display, and these buttons control the menu interface. The Trezor Safe 5 is a full-blown touch screen. All of the commands are done on the touch screen. And it's color and it has haptic feedback. It's an awesome interface. That's my recommendation on the Trezor line. These the Bitcoin only, that's kind of a personal preference. If you only want to store Bitcoin, it has Bitcoin only firmware. There's a smaller attack surface if that's what you want. But I would still go with the multi-coin edition. Bill H, thanks for your subscription. The older models of the Trezor don't have the secure element chips that that's kind of a deal breaker for me. But the chances of your device getting physically tampered with are slim to none if you only use it from home and you keep it hidden when you're not using it. There is that off chance that someone could alter or manipulate them during the distribution channel, but that's kind of a fantasy. That just doesn't really happen, but there is a chance of that with these. So that's why I stick with Trezor Safe 5 and Trezor Safe 3 have secure element chips. Another huge recommendation is that Trezor Expert Session. It's awesome. I would highly recommend that. And the Trezor Metal Keep. I have one of those. The Trezor metal keep is really cool. I can go over here for a sec. I hope this camera, I was fooling around with this camera earlier. And the Trezor Safe keep, it's just so well made. It's so awesome. It's very heavy. And then it comes in this cylinder, which most people wouldn't even know what it is. So it's hideable. And oh, yeah, that camera just, the camera gave out on me. I'll try once and then I'll give it up. I had fiddled around with this camera when we first started. And then, yeah, it's just not going to cooperate with me. Okay. All right. We'll just have to work from here. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now. Yeah, this is it. It's made of metal. It's very heavy. And it has a place to mark your words. You use a puncher. Very similar to the way the Loki, the CryptoTag Loki works. But, you know, you can use this puncher to put a dimple on the correct letter of your word list. You know, when you put all your words on here, this thing can hold 24. Oh, no, this just holds 20. But they have ones that do 24 as well. You just buy them special. And then the Trezor metal keep also has, and I know this really is horrible because that other camera isn't working, but it has a way to mark if you're using a multi-share, right? So yeah, sorry about that camera. It was just before the stream, I was like playing around with that camera. I'll show you what I'm talking about, just so you know I'm not crazy. So this camera right here is pointing down, and it's a decent webcam. It works just fine. But as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3. This Canon, 4, and then this camera here. I have 5 webcams attached to this computer, and sometimes things kind of glitch out a little bit. Actually, this Canon is connected through an HDMI cable. There's a special card. So it's not a USB device, but I don't know. I have a lot of USB devices, and sometimes the cameras don't cooperate with me. So anyway, yeah, that overhead camera has decided not to cooperate during the live stream. So anyway, let me catch up. Everybody's here. If you have any questions, throw them out. If you would like this CryptoTag Loki, let me know. I will send your email address to the guys at CryptoTag, and they'd be happy to send you one. So if you want one, just like raise your hand. We'll do whatever you got to do. Very interested in the CryptoTag. Alina. Okay, Alina. That was good. Thank you, Alina. Let's see. Alina's been here quite often as well. So you're in the running, Alina. Dan. Oh, Happy Dan. Happy Dream would love the hole punch titanium. Awesome. So we got a couple of contenders here. Jay Garcia, is great to be here. Good to have you. No Black Friday for Tangem ring. Yes. Well, I don't know about the ring, to be honest with you. But their deals will go live on the 28th. As far as I know, yeah, I don't know. I can't say one way or the other for sure. But I thought that it was like product-wide. But it might not be on the ring. I don't know. Ace HD would like one. Mr. Miskey would like one. Okay. We got some takers. Spider Fingers is here live for the first time. That's awesome. George Castillo. Okay. We don't do that here. We cover the basics of buying, moving, and storing crypto. Ace HT. No. We get a lot of people in here asking market advice. I don't really. I think I talked about this. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that are running into legal trouble and aren't doing well on social media because they made recommendations on coins and then made questionable trades after their recommendations or during their recommendations. Most of these guys that are giving out advice were and probably still are active crypto traders. And if you've been sucked into the whole crypto trading thing, you know that sometimes you have to make split-second decisions if you want to get in on a particular coin. And sometimes if you don't have dry powder, as Dan says, if you don't have any money on the side, you have to make a decision to sell liquidate some of your existing positions. So I understand how these things could be completely honest, but they were recommending coins and trading coins that they were recommending and selling coins they recommended and are being accused of fraud and this kind of stuff. And a lot of people are angry at them for making recommendations for stuff that they bought that they lost money on, that kind of stuff, even if it were Bitcoin. I don't do coin evaluations. I don't recommend buying this coin or that coin. I don't do market predictions. We talk a little bit about where the market's heading and that sort of stuff, but I don't, do clickbait videos where I say Bitcoin's going to 500K by next year and that kind of stuff. I just do crypto self-custody. If you want to know how to move a coin, store a coin, how to use a wallet, you're in the right place, right? If you have a brand new coin, you don't know how how do I put SUI coin on my ledger, that kind of stuff, I can help you with that. I have videos for like specific coins that are difficult to store, right? But yeah, I don't do market stuff, right? It just works out better for everybody. Let's see. Uncle Gary is leaving JDK. Question. While Blackstone, Sailor, and other elites continue to hoard BTC with never selling, how much is left for us? Less supply and thus less users. How does it hold its value and purpose? Well, I believe the market price reflects, to a certain extent, the supply. Although Bitcoin, there's still miners. Bitcoin is still being created, so to speak, and it will still be being created until a good number of years, 10 or 20. Dan, you probably know. I think it's 2045 when the last actual, Bitcoin Satoshi will be created through Bitcoin mining. But so there is a steady stream of new Bitcoin coming in, although it gets smaller and smaller as time goes by, and the market price reflects that. I don't know if you got if you got $1,000, you could probably you're not going to have any trouble finding some Bitcoin if you want to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. If you've got $10 million, I don't know how easy that would be. Probably, if you had $10 million, I'm sure you could make it happen if that's what you wanted to buy. Sailor just bought like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. It's available. It's being created. So yeah, it's kind of a demand and supply thing. But right now, I mean, just pay attention to the market price. And, never buy crypto. Never invest in anything with money that you can't afford to lose. Don't mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin, that kind of thing. Let's see. Do I like Cardano? I don't really do coin evaluations. There are a lot of cryptos out there. I've got videos on how to use Cardano. It's been a while, but yeah, I've got several videos on doing Cardano wallets and that kind of stuff. But I don't evaluate, I think Cardano's going up next week, so buy some now, that kind of junk. That's not me. Good evening. Do you have any knowledge about Jade hardware wallets? Swan works with them. I think it's interesting. Do they have cameras They have cameras to scan QR codes. I have heard of Jade Stream. I don't know, and I've contacted them, and they never got back to me. A lot of people have asked me about them. A lot of people say it's better than Ledger. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's an air-gapped wallet. So there are several air-gapped wallets out on the market, and I've done evaluations of them. I've tried to contact these people, and they never got back to me. Maybe they will. I don't know. I personally try to appeal to the broad segment of the crypto community, the people that are just coming into the space, and I personally feel that air-gapped wallets are a little too difficult for the average new user. They're just technically challenging. They're inconvenient to use. Personally, I'm not a big fan of them. But other people swear by their security. I did a video on Ledger security early. I posted it earlier in the day. It's been getting a lot of views. There are a lot of factors that come into security. This whole idea of air-gapped, people say, oh, it doesn't touch anything, so it's more secure. But realistically, you still have to update your firmware. And you do that by downloading the latest firmware from the internet. And then you have to put it on a SD card. You download it from the internet, you copy it onto your SD card, and then you stick the SD card in the device to update the firmware. So that is contact with the internet. Just because I'm carrying the SD card across the room doesn't mean that it doesn't touch anything, right? Some people might disagree with me, but this whole idea of, it never touches anything, it has to touch something, The internet has contact with it in some way or form. Now you can verify your firmware downloads and all that kind of stuff, but it's still an attack surface. So my thing is, it's just a little too much, a little too complicated for the average user. Let's see. Ooh, a lot of people. What were we going to do tonight? I don't think, what were you going to do? I don't know. I think I was going to get through the news. Well, I don't know what I was going to talk about. It was just basically Black Friday. So let me just take questions for the rest of the night. Like I said, the Black Friday deals for Ledger and Trezor are live. I don't know about the other crypto hardware companies. But I think most of them are waiting until next week. It's kind of interesting that Ledger and Trezor started their deals so early. But I am going to do a roundup probably Wednesday of all of the hardware wallet Black Friday deals. So stay tuned. I'm sure more of them will be contacting me with, the dates of their Black Friday deals. So stay tuned for that. Okay, I had a Trezor Safe 3 and spent the week figuring it out why I could not send coins to Coinbase. Finally, issue resolved. Good to hear that, Paul. What do you think about Pump.Fun? Just got some smoking chicken fish. Could that be the next Doge? LOL. Maybe. That's funny. Is there a discount code that can be combined with the Black Friday promotion? No. I asked Ledger when we had our AMA about personal discount codes. I seem to remember one company, I think, I can't remember who it was, that was telling me that they were going to give me a discount code. Now, as I don't know, I haven't tried it out yet, but historically, my CryptoDad code for Tangem usually gives an additional discount on top of what they already have. It might not work this Black Friday, we'll see. But yeah, when you use my Tangem code, there's it's down in the description. The Tangem ring, right? You can use my personal code for a 10% discount. That's Tangem Ring. Here. Yeah. Oops. It has to be all caps. Yeah, you have to choose your ring size first. But yeah, you do. My code will get you 10% off. I'm kind of in the way. Yeah, there it is. Yeah. There's still, I don't know if that'll still work on their Black Friday deals or not. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you want one at 10% off. Urgent. Hey, CryptoDad, I lost my online Ledger account when it crashed. Do you know how to get my XRP back? I know the numbers and tag. If you just, if your Ledger Live crashed and you still have your device, then basically you just need to reinstall your Ledger Live on a new computer. I have several videos on how you do that. And this is the latest one. I just did this one not very long ago. How to reinstall Ledger Live. Basically, just follow this video. You're just going to connect your device. Where'd this thing go? Yeah. You're just going to connect your device to your computer, enter your PIN, and reinstall Ledger Live. So follow the instructions on that video. Your crypto is not in your Ledger Live. Now, if you're talking about you've got it on some exchange or whatever and you lost access to your exchange, that's a whole different story. But if you had XRP on a Ledger device and you were using Ledger Live and that crashed or whatever, you can easily reinstall Ledger Live. You'll never lose your crypto as long as your device is intact. If your device is lost or stolen or damaged, then you can use your 24-word recovery phrase. Let's see. Greetings from Paris. Love your channel. Thank you. You weren't doing anything wrong with the device, but I know why the device acted up. Good. Good to hear. Bara, nice to hear my voice. Thank you. Good to be here. QR code camera. Yeah, it looks cool and everything, but yeah, it's difficult to use. First timer, I want to say thanks for calming my paranoia. Upgraded to X from S and crypto came back from C. Great video, by the way. Just curious, how important is antivirus in running a VPN on PC? There are different takes on virus protection. I would recommend it. There are some out there that claim that virus protection really doesn't do that much because there's no protection against zero-day attacks, which are basically attacks that there are no, countermeasures for. But you might be falling for an old hack or an old virus, and so of course you would want virus protection. I use ESET, Internet Security, for my let me move this down. I use ESET Internet Security for my firewall and my antivirus, and then I use Malwarebytes anti-malware for my anti-malware. So I have both of these. Now, Malwarebytes says that this is all you need now. They cover VPN and I'm sorry, not VPN. They cover firewall and virus protection. They're a total solution now. But I still use both of these. VPN, I don't know if VPN is strictly necessary when you're using crypto. If you're worried about privacy, maybe use a VPN. But I don't think it's strictly necessary to use a VPN when you're doing crypto, unless you're worried about privacy. But Windows has built-in antivirus called Windows Defender, which comes with Windows. It's pretty good, right? So really, just don't click crazy links. Even antivirus can't protect you from a phishing account. Oh, and yeah, let's talk about that. H. Hedrian, who I think is I forget what his handle is in the live stream, but he's here a lot. He sent me this email, and he was contacted through email, and they told him that Ledger had a data breach, and that he was supposed to go like verify his seed phrase or something. These are all scams. Anytime you get an email unsolicited about your crypto telling you that your crypto has been lost, or your account's been locked, or your crypto is at risk, or any of that crap, and I forgive my profanity, but those are all scams. I know they look convincing, but they are scams. Please never click the, I don't mind clicking the link. I don't see what it's not. Okay, there. I don't know what the heck that thing is going to do. But that's not the hack. The hack is that they trick you into following these links, and you'll either do it on a website that looks like Ledger Live, or you will actually download a piece of software that pretends to be Ledger Live. And then at some point it will give you a message saying can't connect or something crazy like that. And then it'll ask you for the seed phrase. It's a grift. It's not a hack, right? It's just a low level grift. They're just trying to trick you into entering your seed phrase. That's all these are. Let's see. I think I had a Reddit post here. Yeah. This is a phishing attempt. You see these on, maybe on your phone, in your email, wherever. These are just grifts. I mean, I wouldn't even dignify this type of attack with, saying it's a hack. Even though hackers are not all hackers are low lifes. A lot of hackers are on the white hat hackers or whatever. Hacking usually in the old days just meant, tweaking code or whatever. But anyway, even though a malicious hacker is a low life, I wouldn't even give these type of scammers, credit for being hackers. These are low level grifts. They are just thieves. They're just tricking you into revealing your seed phrase. Nothing could be more Luddite, or low tech of just tricking someone into revealing their seed phrase. This is not a hack. This is just a low level grift. So remember that, guys. Anytime you get any kind of alert telling you that there's a problem with your wallet or anything like that, especially if it's a phone call. Oh my God. If someone calls you on the phone and tells you that there's something wrong with your ledger, just hang up. Please don't fall for these. I'm begging you. Okay. So Fred's saying Descent. I'll have to check into Descent and see what their Black Friday deals are. Jay Dixon, he's asking about, I don't have a device. I just purchased a Ledger Nano S to get my XRP. I didn't put it in my BitBuy in 2021. Did the webs? Okay, so Jixton, I think you're talking about an online, a custodial account. There's not much I can do to help you with stuff like that. VPN is, the VPN is okay to use, but I find it a little convenient when if I have to connect a VPN because I want privacy, I want to obfuscate my location, that's all well and good. But when I'm just using my computer and I want to look for, a local coffee shop or, a place to, go eat tonight or whatever, and I'm using a VPN and I say local restaurant, it's going to throw me up a bunch of restaurants in Amsterdam or Stockholm or some crazy. I want my computer to be useful to me where I live. So using a VPN, I don't always want that VPN, right? I want my computer to be connected locally. And so in practical use, if you want it, you got to use it sometimes and not others, right? So that's kind of a hassle for me. So I tend to not really use a VPN unless, I have a specific reason for using it. But I'm not just going to keep my computer connected to a VPN 24/7. It's inconvenient, right? I want my computer to be connected locally to where I live so that when I do searches and, stuff, it's, it pertains to me and not some dude on the other side of the world. Yeah, it's a social engineering hack. Thank you, HQZ. Let's see. Hey, everyone. Thank you, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, for being here. I do the same thing, Dan. I turned it off. Thanks. Battery, 20%. I guess it just comes when you plug it into your computer, right? There are problems with the Ledger Nano X battery. It's a known issue. It's not all of them, but if there's going to be a problem, it usually manifests itself with a battery issue. If you have a battery issue, they'll give you a replacement. But I have never had a battery issue with any of my Ledger Nano X's. But I generally use them at home, and I have them plugged in all the time. I have brought my Ledger Nano X with me on trips and have never had any problems with the battery. But I get a lot of people complaining about the battery, saying that the battery's running down, blah, 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 blah. Ledger STAX, Ledger Flex have like batteries that last for days. I've never had any issue with either of these devices losing a battery charge. But like I said, I use them at home a lot, so I keep them charged and plugged in most of the time. VPN is good when someone on PH is using geo-blocking. Possibly, yeah. I mean, there are special use cases for VPNs. Any thoughts on Digibuy coin? I don't really do coin evaluations. It's because my dad bought it. He got an email from BitBuy saying XRP is getting delisted. Okay, yeah. But somehow VPN companies have convinced everyone that you need them to be safe and private, but it's just another unnecessary subscription. If someone wants to hack you bad enough, VPN won't stop them. Good point. Good point. I get that. Just forgot how to turn the X off. LOL. Dan filled me in. Oh, sure. Yeah. The Ledger Nano X will power off on its own eventually. I know some people are like, oh, I want it to go off. It will go off. You can go into the command center and turn it off. Or I think it used to be you could hold the left button down for like 3 seconds and it would power down. But anyway. So Dan, I don't see JDO is here. If Dan would be kind enough, I think there were 4 or 5 people that mentioned that they wanted the crypto tag. If you have any ideas as to how we can choose them, let me go back up to the top. Like, I've never done a contest before, and I don't want to make anybody bitter. Let's see who we got here. Let me get a piece of paper. All right, so Kitty's gone now, so I have room on my desk. So we got Alina. Larry Carson, who was here earlier, asked me about passphrases. They're secure but complicated. I wouldn't recommend them for newcomers. It's easy to lose crypto if you forget your passphrase. Let's see here. We had Alina. Let's see. Checking in. Oh, okay. Sorry, Larry. I thought you were asking about putting it in the tag. My bad. That's a late apology. I apologize. Let's see here. Okay, Ace HD said he wanted one. Happy Dream said he wanted one. Mr. Miskey. Okay, Spider Fingers. George Castillo. Got a lot. Okay, so I wrote down, I put Alina, Ace HD, Happy Dream, Mr. Miskey, Spider Fingers, and George Castillo. And I put numbers, random numbers, next to their names. So if Dan or JDO would be so kind as to maybe text me any number between 1 and 10, hopefully we'll get a hit. Or just throw it up in the chat, a number between 1 and 10. Oh, Fry XL. Okay. That's another one. Okay, so I still have some digits left. Let's see. Okay, got it. All right, so Fry XL is in there. I'm giving away CryptoTag Loki. The good people at CryptoTag offered to send one. Okay, Dan just shot me the number 7, which I had written down next to Ace HD. So Ace HD, if you would be so kind as to send me an email, and I will forward your email to the people over at CryptoTag, and they will contact you and make arrangements to have that thing shipped over to you. My email is in the description. It's thecryptodad@gmail.com. Yeah. Where is it? Here. That's my email. Shoot me an email. Ace HD. Yeah. Dan, I want to make sure this is, Dan sent me this. Dan sent me number 7 in a text randomly. He had no idea what numbers I had written down on my paper. And so I had mine next to Ace HD. So shoot that. Over? I was going to say 7 in the chat. Alina, why don't you shoot me an email as well? Maybe I can talk them into... I have an extra one actually, but I don't want to play favorites. No. We'll do maybe next week I'll do another like this. I have some crypto hardware wallets that I have extra, but I think you all in my live stream should know that there is really no way to tamper with a hardware wallet that has a secure element chip. And even if there was, I would have no idea how to do it. And, you know, I have some factory sealed products that maybe we could give those away next week. But yeah, the guys from CryptoTag talked me into doing this, and I apologize. Thank you, everyone that you know, raised their hand. I tried to do it as randomly and fairly as possible, and we'll figure this out eventually. Yeah, I'll do some more. It's maybe I can buy a few extra hardware wallets for Black Friday. I was thinking of buying a couple extra. So maybe I can talk to Ledger and Trezor and see if they'll let me do that with them. Whereas, you know, we'll choose someone randomly next week, and they can send me their email, and then somebody at Ledger or Trezor could contact them. But I have to ask them first, right? The guy at CryptoTag is very nice. It's a very awesome company and a high quality product. So thanks again, CryptoTag, and Ace HD. Please send me an email and let me know that you're Ace HD. I know a lot of people when they send me an email, they say, "Oh, I was in the stream, but I can't connect." So yeah, send me an email, and don't. I won't put it in anybody's head. Yeah. Actually, I can do this. Let me see if I can do this here. The problem with the live stream that I've had personally is that once the live stream is over, I have no way of contacting any of you that were in the chat. It's so bizarre. I don't know why it's like that. I mean, if you leave a comment down below, then I can reply to your comment, and I can reply to your comment in the stream, or or just talk to you. But if it's after the stream and like I'm rewatching the stream, and I have no way of contacting anybody that was in the chat window. I don't know why that is. It's just so bizarre. So yeah, I'm looking at your icon, Ace HD. So please shoot me an email. I'm a little over tonight. I didn't really move any crypto. I don't always get a chance to. There's been a lot going on with this Black Friday stuff. It's just really exciting. I've been doing a lot of videos lately. And so I've been getting so much feedback from everybody. I really appreciate all of you guys that are here on the stream on a regular basis. It just warms my heart. I appreciate all your support. There were, over the last couple of years in 22, when the market tanked, I got depressed and was having trouble keeping up with my channel. I wasn't posting videos on a regular basis, but I always did the live stream. I committed to that back in 2018, when there were times back in 2018 during the crypto winter where I would go for a month or so without doing a video because I was just like, what's the point? But I made a deal with myself that I would do the live stream every Saturday, come rain or shine, and to sort of keep engaged in the channel. But in 22 and 23, I was like stepping back from doing regular video uploads. But over the last couple months, I'm back on the horse again, have been doing regular video uploads, and a lot of that is thanks to you guys here that have joined me every week in the live stream and encouraged me, told me that, my videos helped you and all that great stuff. So like I said, we'll probably do another live stream on Wednesday night, the night before Thanksgiving, where we'll go over some more Black Friday deals, and maybe we can do another giveaway. I think that worked out pretty well. So I'm going to sign off, guys. I'm out of breath. If I can get this camera. Well, get that camera. I don't know where the cat went. He's probably sleeping somewhere. Thank you again, everyone that participated in the little contest. And Dan, thank you for helping me out with that random number. I appreciate that. Thank you for everyone that commented and donated. Ahmed and Jay Garcia, thank you so much. Dusted in Shadow, thank you for gifting out memberships. You're the best. Really cool. Thank you, all of you who asked questions. The guy with the XRP, JXJ Ziden, sorry we couldn't really help you that much with your XRP. I apologize for that. But I hope that some of what we said was helpful. If you want to shoot me an email and give me more details as to exactly what happened, maybe I could help you out. Looks like Dan was trying to give you some instructions on your device. but I got the impression we were talking about some kind of exchange there towards the end. But everyone that came in and asked questions, thank you. Everyone that just listened, that'd be great. Guys, please shoot me an email if you're interested in, if you have any questions. Appreciate that. And I'm going to be here next Saturday, always 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Wednesday night, we'll do one. My kids are off school, so it's going to be like a holiday anyway. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alina's a member. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. I will be here next week. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you subscribe, you can tick off alerts so you'll be notified when I upload new videos. I've done quite a few videos the last couple weeks, so check out the stuff I'm posting. Great stuff. I'll see you guys next week, and thanks again. Okay. Thanks again, Dan.